The latest shooting near a Philadelphia school last week that killed a 66-year-old man and injured a 16-year-old has renewed gun violence concerns in the area, especially on school grounds.
And according to city officials now, 35 kids under 18 have been shot in Philadelphia since the start of this school year.
Wow.
Now, the principals of area schools have rallied together to say enough is enough. Joining me now, two of those principals, Dunn, principal of Mastery Charter Simon Gratz High School, and Shavonne McMillan, principal of Vox Big Picture High School. Welcome to you both. Principal Dunn, let me start with you. The school year is only a couple months in, a month and a half for most places around the country. How many students have you lost to gun violence already this year?
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thank you for bringing light to such an important topic that's really impacting our communities. Since we've started the school year, I've lost 4 students.
And you're how far into the school year?
We're about an eighth into the school year. We started in late August, and it's just very, very tragic that it has to be the realities for 4 of my families and for my entire school community to have to navigate the loss of young people and to have to navigate that loss so frequently back to back to back.
Wow. And Principal McMillan, you're not just a principal, you're also a mother. And your number one priority, of course, is to make sure all students, all kids are safe at your school. With this rising gun violence, and it's not new to the area, unfortunately, but now students are being caught in the crosshairs. How do you do that?
We get up in the morning and, I say my prayers, I work out, and we rally our troops. Our primary concern, our primary mission is to keep our students safe while we're obviously educating them. We hang in there. We have a very strong staff, a very strong leadership team, and I like to network with people like my colleague right over here. We actually held a meeting with other high school principals who are dealing with the violence, just to see how we could band together and and problem solve this. And it's not just a school issue. It's not just a Philadelphia issue. This is a systemic, countrywide issue. And one of the things that we're working toward is a fair funding formula to deal with some of the inequities that schools who service students who live in poverty are facing.
The principal, Dunn, she says she starts the day with prayers. She says that we keep it together. She also said that first priority is to keep the students safe. I'm used to hearing that on an airplane with the announcements, right? That I understand on a plane, that safety for an airline. School safety is supposed to be an afterthought. We're not supposed to be a place where you got to worry about guns and bullets flying. So where are you not getting the help that you need?
We work with so many amazing partners, city council members here in Philly, the local police department. We work with the Office of Anti-Gun Violence Prevention at the mayor's office. But we got to come together. We have to say that this is a priority. This is a crisis. Our students, our families need us, and we all need to have one unified plan as a city to say this is how we're going to move forward to make sure that there is not one more young person lost. And if we don't move forward quick enough, and if we don't move forward unified, the risk that we're taking is losing another young person. And that's not a risk that I'm willing to take. I know that's not a risk that Principal McMillan is willing to take. And so we're asking everybody to come to the table so that we can have that unified plan together as a community.
And Principal McMillan, I love you said you don't want students and their parents and adults to walk away from all of this, to see these headlines and believe there isn't hope. You believe there is hope. Where does that come from?
It comes from within. It comes from what my colleague just said, the fact that our students are kings and queens. They have the potential. Whether or not they know that sometimes, that's always a question. And so I make it a point to tell them that every single morning. We greet them in the morning and we say, good morning, king. Good morning, queen. Okay, what are you going to take on today? What have you learned today? How are you going to make today better than it was yesterday? And so, we just have to lift up our students. I call them my babies because, they are my babies. They're not my biological children, but they are my babies while they're with me. And their parents know that, and they trust us to take care of their children. And I take that very, very seriously. It's about opportunities, it's about economic freedom for our Black and brown students. And it's about creating that safe space for them to pursue their dreams.
Principal Shavonne McMillan, we will leave it with that. And Principal Leondo Dunn, thank you so much for all that you're doing to protect your students. And thank you for being on the program today, highlighting a very, very important issue that is ongoing, unfortunately.
That's chilling to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
All right, an additional note here on this important subject. For more on our in-depth coverage on gun violence in this country, be sure to head to abcnews.com/gun violence. And you can get a whole lot more, a lot of research, and a lot of our reporters, correspondents have been working on this issue for quite some time.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.